That's it. They finally did it. They finally did it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why, but they finally did it. So in case you couldn't tell by the title of this video, the lads themselves, Gearbox, have finally come out with a new hotfix. And what does it do, you might be asking? We'll get into the mini event soon, but first let's just start with the weapon buffs. Buffed the Malak's Bane weapon damage. Buffed the SF Force weapon damage. Buffed the Ripper weapon damage. And buffed the DNA weapon damage, mag size, fire rate, projectile speed, and decreased its reload time. They beat me to it. They beat me to it. They have beat. What am I supposed to do with Redux now? We're canceling Redux mod. They have beat me to the DNA buff, and I am heartbroken. I can't. Why did they buff the DNA? Gearbox also did adjust the Techspert class mod, which means it will now increase the chance on kill to recharge the Sentinel cooldown and duration. It goes from 15% to 35%, which is really good, which means the Techspert might actually be a good comm now, who knows. But now let's get to the big stuff, ladies and gentlemen. This is where I'm going to make your dick grow so hard you can nickname it Pinocchio, because there is a new mini event in Borderlands 3 and it's really bizarre. We're going to talk about it after, but first let's just explain what it is. So Gearbox say in today's Borderlands 3 hotfix, they're setting off the Supercharged Crystals mini event and making some adjustments to gear. So within this Supercharged Crystals mini event, players will find that moving off of the platforms will not reduce the charge of the crystals in the takedown at the Guardian Breach, and the crystals do not lose charge. It means that players can't wipe during the crystal phases, and yeah, that's basically it. So in a nutshell, this isn't really a mini event. What this really is, for those of you who aren't familiar with these kind of hot fixes, I say that like that because it's not really a hot fix mini event, it's more of a, hey, we're testing the waters here and we want to see what it's like. In a nutshell, Gearbox are doing this to test what people think of the change so that they can implement it within the future. Now, do I know this for certain? Absolutely not. And I've not been told that by Gearbox. However, it is so painstakingly obvious because they've done stuff like this in the past. But this is great. This mini event is absolutely great. Like, I can't, it's a change that should have been in there since release. Let's be honest. Nobody likes the fucking crystals in the Guardian takedown. It's like extracting teeth with a pair of rubber pliers. It's not fun. However, I will say that this does beg the question of why Gearbox are only now doing this with the Guardian takedown, and this goes back to player frustrations with Gearbox within Borderlands 3. The Guardian takedown, at the time of recording this video, has been out for over 5 months. So that begs the question, why are we only just now trying to fix the takedown, and why are we doing it through what is being pushed as a mini event when in actuality it's just a quality of life change? It's really bizarre to me, and this goes back to the arguments I have with people about Gearbox's direction of Borderlands 3 right now. Now let me be 100% clear, before I go any further, I'm not saying that COVID has not impacted the development of Borderlands 3 or the studio at Gearbox, but nonetheless I will digress by saying that this is a change which should have been implemented just over a month after the takedown released, and that's me being generous. It was very clear from the start that nobody liked the crystal mechanic in the Guardian takedown. My first initial review of Guardian takedown was me saying how the crystals make that takedown just not fun to play. So yeah, it is a really bizarre change to me that they've done this, but I don't want the undertone of this video to be I'm salty because they didn't do more. The undertone of this video is it's cool. They're doing a quality of life change within a hotfix to see what people think about it, but if I'm being completely honest, I don't think they needed to test the waters here. This also begs the question that if this is what they're doing right now when it comes to changes like these, what are they going to do in the future with new content? Especially stuff like Arms Race. Arms Race, we know, has been out for nearly 3 months now if you include all the early access that creators had, and there are still changes that people want to see within it. So that then makes me want to ask the question, how long am I as a player going to have to wait before I see a change permanently come to Arms Race, and I'm probably just going to see it in a hotfix 2 months down the line? It is really upsetting, and it really does lower my determination for this game to be great, because when they do changes like this, it just makes you ask the question, why? Why are you doing it like this? Also, another thing that I just want to bring up in this video is that this hotfix did not address any of the bug fixes that players have been asking for the DLC they paid money for. Flax Purple Tree, still broken. Sentinel Cryo, which they broke, still broken. It really is disappointing to see them release a hotfix over 3 months down the line from the early access of Arms Race, where bugs that were reported during Arms Race early access are still not fixed. fixed. And it just makes you wonder, where is the mindset of Gearbox? Now, I know there are probably some people from Gearbox or 2K watching this video, and I want to make it very clear, this is not hate, this is constructive criticism, and if you don't take it, you will actively fuck your game even harder. And hey, if somebody doesn't say it, then no one's gonna say it. And that means that this game is not going to move forward, and games like Outriders, which is due to come out in April, are going to absolutely swamp your new content. But hey, let's speak about new content. This hotfix also did not address any of the future plans going forward. We still know nothing about DLC 6, which apparently is slated for March to May time, so I don't know what the plan is there. Again, we still have no update on the bugs in the game, which they put there, like Sentinel Cryo was working fine, and they broke it, and it's still not fixed, and we don't know when it's getting fixed, so we are actively playing a game that they are breaking, and they're not telling us when they're going to fix what they broke. No roadmap, no communication, just a buff to a few weapons that I'm pretty sure no one asked for, and then a mini event which, let's be honest, should have been a change since the release of the takedown. And then it bugs me because I'll go over to Twitter and see people telling everyone to calm down and you know, don't worry, because you know they're working for Borderlands 3, they're really trying. And then we get a hotfix like this, which just makes you question what the actual is going on over at Gearbox right now. I really don't want this video to come off as me just bashing Gearbox, and I know to some that's probably how it's going to come off, and that's where your mindset is going to be. Epic hates Gearbox. Epic hates Gearbox. Epic does not like Borderlands 3. And let me once again reiterate, that is not the case at all. I do not hate Gearbox. I do not hate Borderlands 3. What I hate is the treatment of Borderlands 3 and the treatment of the community by Gearbox as of late. It's not acceptable, and we cannot let it be proven to be an acceptable form of communication from developer to fanbase. Because when we go down this road, we also follow the same road as, hey, I don't want to buy Borderlands 4 because you fucked me on Borderlands 3. But anyway, dudes, that's going to do it for my video today. New hotfix came out, wanted to cover it. I don't often do these, and I also didn't want to make this the same as everyone else's hotfix video, so I thought, let's just get in front of the mic, share how we feel about it, talk about the state of the game, and yeah, I'm sorry if you didn't like it, and hopefully you did like it. On that note, please take it easy, please take care of one another. I hope you're all staying safe right now, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Have a nice day.